I'm hoping the gel is going to make everything better for me because I don't like the unblending tendency, hard to blend, of acrylics usually. So now you see the transparent, it's very transparent there because I put a lot of medium in and not a much color, not much acrylic paint. So what I like about the oils is they blend so well. Now, obviously, this is the hard part. When you get to, this is very much interpretation. Now, I'm trying to do it in such a way that it's easy to do with a brush. Do the whole thing, make it look like those evergreen type of things without there's the blending medium, without drawing every little line, every little leaf, or what is it called? Needle? Pine needles. So this may be a yew tree from what I've looked at. I was looking for something that had the similar shapes to what you're doing and using, but also had the red berries. And the only thing I found seems to be called yew tree. But there may be other ones that I don't know about yet. I don't know what your model was. So now this is blending better than what I have used, what I usually find with acrylics. So this is more fun for me than what I've done in the past. The very strong contrast of sharp edges is not as great as it may seem at first. When I was young, I never understood why people would want to blend stuff. No, I wanted to have a very strong statement. But actually, strong statements, we can get that if we want to watch TV and see somebody getting killed or blown up and stuff. Horrible things on the news. We don't need to have that many more strong statements in our lives. Let's see, what can we, okay, so I want to, yeah. I really like that color. I use it all the time in the background. So if I just blend over it, see, like a transparent blendment. I'm just trying to soften the edges, make everything softer about the image. I'm playing around, but it's a little harder to do when holding the iPhone than normally. But I'm just playing, you know. I think that the blending, with the blending, slow-dried blending medium is going to make it more fun for you. It does for me. So it'll be interesting to see how that works for you. If it works for you. Now in the center of that, taking a little blue and a little black and a little yellow. Black and yellow actually make green together for some reason. Now I'm making it dark in the center of that whole that whole cluster, because there is darkness there. And it is good to have contrast in your painting. Although you can do stuff that it's just so foggy, blended, atmospheric. So with the acrylics, it should dry. I don't know how long it's going to take to dry, but usually it still dries fast. So you can go back over, pick out spots where you want, very clear something. And whatever is sharp edged, is going to be what the eye gets caught on. That's why the blending is very good, because it makes it so you're not being hit over the head by whatever image that is blended. The image that gets blended is soft, and it's pleasing to the human eye to have a background that is blended, or blurry rather, sorry. A blurry, out of focus, so if you're using a camera, you can focus on the front like a portrait, and the whole background can be automatically out of focus and blurry. Now, got a phone call coming in. That's no fun. I don't know where that came from. So I am not really good at changing brushes, so I'm kind of like just going along with the same brush. And I've used up all the medium again, so it's probably going to be costing a good bit of constantly buying more medium. More of the slow dry blending gel medium. I just found out I have 3 bottles of it. I kept buying more of it and not realizing I already had some. And I haven't even been using acrylics. Some of this stuff has been around for years. So now I'm not being faithful to the image at all. I'm just sort of blending stuff that's there. I'm not even paying attention. Well, I am looking at the image, but really not doing anything about what I'm seeing, because now I see just some highlights of blue, light background, light sky, highlight stuff. So right now it looks more like a mess than anything else. And that's okay, because what we're doing, we're covering the whole canvas. We've covered the canvas basically in a very short time. We have got the whole thing, and now if we just get a highlight, like put the red berries in, it will look like a painting, I think. I'm gonna look for some dry brushes that have this thing is cool. You can scrape out stuff that's like you want to do. Let's say you want berry there. I'm just cleaning it off on a paper towel. And then a berry. Right now it's just making very subtle lines. So see how I'm making the highlights on these, whoops. Highlights on the needles. That doesn't mean it's coming out great. It just means I'm experimenting with acrylics, because I haven't been using them for a long time. Been using oils. See now, I just cut it's like cutting with a a knife or a sculpting. You know, here's a good ding, 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 ding. So this is kind of like a painterly approach. This is a artist's approach. Instead of painting everything slavishly, trying to reproduce everything you see very realistically, you do these indications. These are like sort of like just symbolic marks. Now let's just see if we can make this look amazingly better by oh gosh, all my brushes are in oil. That's not going to work with the acrylic, so I'll use this one. It's a little big, looks a little bit big, and I'll take the pure red and see what happens. Whoops. Hopefully this will work out better when I have... Chris has shown me the where the stand is that holds this in place, and then I can just I can just not have to hold it with my left hand. I guess that's not even in the picture. What I just did wasn't really being recorded. But now, with the red in there, we have more of a composition. This is called a composition. Just like when you compose music, you have highlights, lowlights, in-betweens. And now we want to make it look like really organized. Like the picture itself is just the way nature allowed it to be, which is kind of chaotic, really. So an artist will try to organize the whole thing sometimes. Make a story out of it, so to speak. I'm gonna put the phone down. I'm gonna put it on pause this time. I'm gonna try just removing some of this stuff and bringing out the light beige again. I'm actually, I took that off my brush and I'm just cleaning it off on my paper towel. So I'm removing some of that stuff I put on to bring out the beige, which, by the way, tinting the whole background gives it a unity through color. Even through where it looks green, that same stuff is showing through. So it gives it a beige is unifying the whole thing. Now I'm going to try to blend this thing. Kind of a neat effect. It doesn't look like needles, but neat O's, neat O's. A neat O effect. Not a needle, but a neat O. Now, it's sort of like, by blending it like this, we get an impression of speed of movement. Like even your eye might be moving quickly across. Now, that was totally unintended to move that red, but in a way, it's good to move have the color repeated in not just in one place, but happening. Now I'm blending all this stuff, which is really exciting because I haven't done that with acrylic. So when it's blended, it's not so harsh. It doesn't clobber your eye with, now I really want to blend and blend and blend. So I'm going to put some more of this blending medium on my Actually, I think I'll put some in this little paper cup because it moves around, plus I don't even know where it is. This way, I know where it is. That's the blending medium. And now I'm going to go just over the stuff I already painted and blend with the blending medium. And actually, if you make your acrylics very thinned out with water, they're not strong and they can fall apart, come off when you paint over them and stuff. Supposedly with the medium, that's different. It's supposed to still be strong and hold together. I keep getting more medium from that little cup thing or paper bowl. So this is still chaotic and I'm just trying to blend it. Now, as I blend it, it's picking up the texture of the canvas because it's blasting the paint off the high spots of the weave of the blasting the paint from the high spots of the woven part of the linen or cotton or whatever you call it. And that really makes it look like pastels, I think. If you look close, I don't know if the camera is really able to pick up the weave. Actually, such a reflection. The camera is blending it all a little bit on the phone too, which makes it look nicer than in reality, I think. Now I'm just kind of blending it all because mainly because I don't know what else to do. I think the blending is going to be nice. It's going to help. And I actually have acquired a taste for liking to move the brush around. So it's nice. That's one of the things about painting that can be soothing. It's just this feeling. You have a soft feeling of caressing the surface. It's a soft feeling, I think. It's like caressing a lover, perhaps. A little bit like that anyway. I just picked up some white and more blending medium. I don't really know why. I just did it. So now I'm gonna actually, I think I'm gonna go add some white, add some blending medium, and go in to the places where I had that background blue and add more white to the blue and blend it all around to the neighboring thing. So I'm not really looking at the picture, not really looking at the photograph anymore right now. And what's actually exciting, probably the most exciting moment in most painting, most of the time when you're painting, is when your creation takes on a life of its own. Just like when you give birth to a baby, it's just amazing when you see a life that has something that had taken on a life of its own, and you participated in that, but really